All right. Hello and welcome. We are back on a Wednesday at Tezos Tunas Tuesdays. It's hard to say. And I'm doing it on Wednesday because yesterday I went and visited my parents, so wasn't available. So thank you guys for coming at this new weird time. Just so you guys know, today's art share is a little different. I've been posting all of these Twitter spaces to YouTube to try to get some wider exposure for the Tezos community. Oh, yeah, Madeline's asking for the other one. So I will be, right now I'm screen recording. So when you're talking about, when people come up and talk about the pieces that they want to share, whether it's for Tez Quake Aid, my one and only, or the open editions, whatever it is you're sharing, I will be opening the piece on my screen. So while you're talking about it, it'll be displayed. So that way when I put it up on YouTube, people will know what we're talking about. So just, I'm going to make that clear just so in case anyone has a problem with that, they know in advance to not share, but hopefully no one does. So we're waiting for anyone to apply, anyone to volunteer to be our first speaker, and then we can get started. Yeah, I guess while we're waiting, I can share a couple of my pieces. I'll just pop them up. Today I dropped some new ones for the My One and Only event that was running throughout February. Today's the last week of it. And today the theme was Ride or Die. So I have two pieces. I did a piece each week. So I put up, today is my one of one, is called My One and Only, Together or Not at All. And it's two birch trees that have what looks like a heart that got carved into them. And I love birch trees because they always grow together. So that's why I thought it was a good one for my Ride or Die. And then I also did an additions piece of me and my son's shadows, which was fun. All right, so it looks like Static Motion is requesting to speak. How are you today? Oh, and then here's my second one. So my second one is me and my son's shadows because he's my best buddy and he's always with me. So I thought it was a good theme for that. But anyway, Static Motion, how are you today?
Sorry about that. I am good. How about yourself, Lauren?
I am good. I just spent 2 hours at Cowabunga's, which is like an indoor play place with 8 bounce houses, and it was school vacation week, and there were like 100 kids in there, and it was chaos, so I'm a little frazzled.
That is chaos. I've been to plenty of those places. I understand.
Oh yeah, I'm like, my brain is still like, what's happening?
Yeah, we have, do you have the, like the indoor with the kids, like the, like Kalahari, Great Wolf Lodge, and all of those?
We do, but we haven't ventured there yet.
Oh, well, when you're ready for true chaos, bring the kids to one of those places and just watch out. So get ready.
Nice. Oh boy. So do you have I know you have that new Tezos edition collaboration. Is that what you want to share today?
Sure. Let me go ahead and I'll pin it up. I'm going to pin the one that has everybody's work in it, and then I'll talk a little bit about kind of what happened yesterday and some of the process behind it. And then, of course, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask.
So, sounds good.
All right. So about a month ago, Capstone, he's a collector, but also an AI artist, and he had just put out a very simple tweet that said, hey, if anybody's looking to kind of connect on AI and, looking to learn a little bit more, and, would you be interested if I started a DM group? So I was one of the people that said, sure, let's, I'll hop in there. And, some other people said yes, and it kind of like slowly grew. And then a few weeks ago, he said, would anybody be interested in doing a collaboration, event, essentially, where, we kind of all drop some collaborations together. And, people said, sure, right? So then I'd actually partnered up with, his name is Vinny. He goes by NZBR. And he's more of, his strength is definitely more in AI than I'd say my own strength is. I like to mess around with AI, but I primarily like to take photos. So I basically said to Vinny when he was looking for a partner, I said, hey, I'll jump in there. And then I gave him some access to a good number of my photos that I had already edited. So I don't think that anything's like really mint ready until I'm like the day of my mint, because I'm always trying to like make sure everything's finalized. But I gave him access to the stuff that I think is close. And I said, hey, why don't you look through this and see if there's anything that catches your eye? And then, of course, we can go ahead and you can mess with it. So he picked 2 photos. Well, he picked like 4 or 5 that he started messing around with. But then these 2 photos were the ones that he really wanted to go into. So on the first, on the pin tweet, you can see what he did and the alterations that he made. And then if you go right below that, you can see the actual photographs that we used as the base for the 2 AI images that were created. So once he created the 2 AI images, he shot them back to me with a couple of different options. And then we landed on those 2 artworks, like the way that they're designed. And then I went back into Adobe and I kind of messed around with some of the coloring on it and just tightened up a little bit of the clarity and things like that. So, but yeah, so there's lots of people that jumped in. The event did really, really well. So we were trending yesterday on Object. I think we got up to number 8 in 24-hour sales, and a few of the artists sold out their pieces. And then I know Joanne as well has a piece in there. So if you kind of scroll through, you'll get an idea of some of the artists. And then, of course, you'll see Joanne's work in there as well, who's always, visiting with the community and everything. So, yeah, that's a little bit about it and kind of the thought process behind it. And like I said, I'm just really happy that everybody, did so well yesterday with their sales. So it's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. And I love the idea of combining photography and AI or different flavors of AI. I think that's the great thing about the NFT community is that collaborations are so much easier since we're all connected to each other. And it's really cool to see people making use of that. And I said it yesterday, but I love that you can really see your style and your photographic style in the base of the images, and then his style added onto it, which is just cool that you were able to capture both of your way of beings.
Yeah, well, he's awesome. He's a really phenomenal artist, and I was really lucky to have him kind of jump in there. And he's already got another piece that he's working on with me, not for this event, but for something separate, just based on me kind of seeing what he was doing. And then, like I said, I love messing around with AI, but I saw one piece he made, and it was just like he took this mural and put it on this wall. And I know I've talked about this before, but he's working on something right now where I have another photograph that he's kind of gonna basically create this mural. But instead of where these are obviously you can see the primarily, the AI within it. The next one is going to be, or at least one of the future ones. I don't know if it'll be the next one exactly, but it's going to be a photograph. Like it'll be like primarily almost entirely a photograph. But then you'll see his AI work actually imprinted into the photograph, which is super duper sick. And I didn't even think to ever try and do that. So that's the beauty of the collaborations, right? You just learn new things every single day. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really interested to see how he pulls it off. So have you seen this piece yet? Does the AI look like it was in the original scene?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he took a mural off of a wall because I had taken a photograph of in Philly of this street scene. And I took the photograph and made it black and white. I took this mural that was on the wall and I blew it up into this bright color. And I went and contacted the artist because I was just making sure that they didn't mind me putting it into my mint, and they did mind. They wanted to protect their copyrights, and I get it. They're traditional artists. They don't really understand the NFT world. They don't they don't know me. I could be out here and totally trying to destroy their brand. So. They were really hesitant, and they said at first they were thinking about letting me do it, and then because there's 2 of them, and then they couldn't agree on it, and then they decided that it was in their own best interest to not let me do it, and I was disappointed, but it's okay, that's totally their right, and I didn't want to mess with it, and I'm glad I reached out, and that's where when I was talking to Vinny and seeing some of the stuff he was doing, I was like, hey, I've got this photo that I love. Can you take their stuff down and put mine there, or not mine there, his there. And he did it, and it looks awesome. And you would never know. You would think it was straight shot in Philadelphia, but it's not. So it's really cool.
That is awesome, and I'm really excited to see it. Thank you so much for sharing and talking about that, because that's like parts of AI that we're moving towards, but I wouldn't even think to try. But it's just cool to see how many different perspectives there are, and how people are just trying different things and making it look as realistic as possible, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for letting me share. I definitely appreciate it. I'm going to hang down and hang out with you guys for a little bit while I'm driving.
Thank you very much. And we have Brain Zest up here as our co-host. Welcome, Arena. How are you today?
Hey, Lauren. How are you, kids? Have you extracted them successfully?
Madeline is half asleep on my chest as I rock back and forth in a rocking chair, and Oliver is watching YouTube and periodically screaming, "Mommy!" So you might hear that. How about you?
You are in luck. My kids are declined sleeping today, and they're just screaming. So you can hear that as well. But yeah, we are okay. We just spent half a day today at cutting hair and walking in the city and eating ice cream and buying paint for painting and all sorts of stuff. And then I just was so tired that I had to lay flat. But now it's everything is fine, and let's just make this wonderful space.
Awesome. Sounds great. I think we should maybe for next week rechange it to the Screaming Children Chill Space. I think that would give an accurate representation for the audience of what they can expect.
You can only chill if your kids are screaming in the background.
Exactly. Very working parent friendly. Do you have any pieces you want to share? I know you're recently reminting cat owls. You've been making a lot of moves on Tez lately. Is there anything in particular you're promoting right now?
I would really like to share my piece for Tezquake because it went a bit silent lately, and I would like to push it to get some more sales. Please let me find it.
Yeah, while you're finding it, I'll just say for anyone who's listening and might not know, so Tezquake is an initiative that was started in response to the earthquake in Syria and Turkey. And if you use the hashtag Tezquake, and then you can go to, when you list your piece, you can go to advanced sales, and you can make it so that some or all of the proceeds from sales of your NFT go directly into a Tez wallet that is being donated to a nonprofit organization who's helping people on the ground in Syria and Turkey. So look through and look through hashtag Tezquake Aid and buy some of those pieces. And that's one way that you can donate funds to the Syria and Turkey earthquake victims, just in case anyone wasn't aware. But Arena, are you ready to go ahead?
Yeah, I think I pinned it, but I cannot see it. Probably it will appear a bit later.
I see it.
But yes, it's there. So I was just trying to make something with a positive message because I think that I saw the pieces that like arouse sadness when I look at them. But I think that like there is so much sadness already, and it's really heartbreaking what's happening. So I wanted to create something that brings a message of hope. And I found this beautiful quote in Turkish. It's there in the description, but in English it sounds like there's the hope is the most talkative bird. It sings in our hearts all the time. So something like this. And I really loved it. And so I was making a woman of like looking like a Turkish woman. And I wanted her to be in the garden surrounded by birds of hope. So that's how this piece was created, and I'm really happy that there were 25 sales, I think. So, but I would really like it to be sold out. But I really don't know if people are interested in 100 editions. So I might later burn it and mean something else for Testway, like to shift the things a little bit and this one. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful piece. I actually hadn't seen it. I was away on vacation when you minted it. So I'm going to go collect that once I'm done with the space, because if I try to multitask, I'll crash. But it is beautiful. And I do like the idea. I kind of went with a similar idea for my piece. Everything was sad. I went with a I did a macro shot because one of the artists in the space who does these awesome macro shots, his name is McDonagh-Pereira. He actually lost his home, some of his friends, some of his family, and he's really struggling. So he's the one who inspired me to get into macro work. So I wanted to post a macro piece to kind of like honor that and honor him. But so I kind of took your idea of like trying to find the positive and find the beauty in the terror because it's an awful situation. I feel bad for those people. It's awful.
Yeah, so have you minted your piece for Tezquake? Maybe you would pin it so it will be there if anyone wants to collect.
Yeah, let me give it a try to find it. Let's see if I
And
search.
also, what's the agenda for today? I remember from what we were talking about, it was about Tezquake and my one and only.
Yeah.
Or is it just about Tezos in general?
It's Tezos in general. I would prefer because there's basically three big events going on right now. There is my one and only is the Valentines event that Tez Tunas and Wizard Con are running. There is Tezquake, which is obviously important, and then also there is the people are minting open editions for Object Unlocked. So any Tez piece will do, but if we're focusing maybe on those three events that are running, that would be great. And I just pinned up my piece. I'll talk a little about it briefly. So this is my Tezquake aid piece. I have it listed for 5 Tezos. And again, it's macro photography because McDonagh-Pereira inspired me to do macro, and I wanted to try to help him out. And also, please go collect directly from him. At some point, I will post him up in the space because he needs assistance right now. But last week, I was on vacation in Florida, and I went to the beach to shoot the sunrise, and I found a Portuguese man-of-war jellyfish washed up on the shore. And I very stupidly laid on my stomach in the surf with my camera and macro lens, and I was manually focusing by like just slowly rocking my body back and forth until I got in focus, getting my hands dangerously close to the poisonous tentacles. And I actually got like a small audience of beach walkers because every time a wave would come up, I'd have to roll over and jump and like try to keep my camera from getting wet. So on the one hand, I was getting my knuckles very close to this very venomous jellyfish and also almost drowning my camera. But it was just so pretty to see the light shining through this like living creature that I couldn't resist my bad idea. So that's my Tezquake game piece.
I just wish someone took a photo of you jumping in the waves. No video, rather. I think it would be make it great something as well behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, that would have been funny. But I was on my own. I ditched the kids because it was like 6 a.m. So I'm sure someone filmed it that I wasn't aware of. Like some stranger, like look at this crazy lady. But anyway. All right. So I think we had Camera Divine, Lex Louise up next. Welcome. If you'd like to share your Tezos piece, tell us a little bit about what's the story behind it.
Hey everyone. So my Tez piece, which I just minted about a few months ago, I kind of just been a little busy, so I haven't been able to like promote it as much as I want. It's all about self-love, so just, the vulnerability and the self-identity of being a woman and loving her body when she takes a photograph of herself and sees herself in the mirror and loves her scars and everything that she's kind of been through and just loving herself for who she is. So that's really what this photo is kind of just all about. And yeah, that's kind of what it's all about. It's on Tez. It's my first piece. Not really sure how to like put the price on there, but I am taking offers. If you want to like offer something, I could accept or deny. That's kind of all I'll kind of say.
Nice. It's a really like bold piece. I love that idea of reclaiming the male gaze and just, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm proud of myself, which is awesome. And I love that spirit. Now, my question is it a one of one or is it a editions piece?
This is a one of one. So it would just be on object. I went on Rarible, and one on Solano. So just like those three pieces. But they're all one of one. One of my favorite pieces I took like so long ago. Yeah, like the first, like, near January. January. And yeah, I kind of fell in love with the piece. I love it. It's pretty cool. It wasn't color, but I was like, I don't know. I kind of want to take away the color and distract, keep it more simple. Um, and yeah, even my PFP is like another picture that I took as well. I'm thinking of minting that as well. And just reflection, I was playing with wine glasses and kind of saw how it kind of felt. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. But yeah, those are just a few of the photos I took. I have so much art. Been a photographer for 8 years. I'm actually this year trying to go to school for modeling and acting. I have like a little gig soon, so I have to get like all my outfits together. So hopefully they like me and decide to sign me. And then once I'm a really good model, I can always also say like, oh, if you ever need like pictures, I'm also a photographer. Like that's how you do it. You kind of like be very versatile. So you say like you're a model, you're an actor, but you can also be behind the camera, in front of the camera. It's good to kind of be versatile in a lot of different things. Um, but yeah, that's kind of all I'll say. Thank you for having me. A retweet goes a long way. And yeah, women supporting other women is very big on my list.
Awesome. Thank you. And I do want to say to you and anyone else here too, please, when you share your piece up on the Jumbotron, also share it as a comment in the bubble, because I can't retweet during the space. I found it makes me crash. So that way I can go back and retweet when the space is over all these great pieces. So just also share it as a comment. Static Motion has his hand up. And then Arena.
Hey, I just had a question. You mentioned you have, is it the same piece you've minted on 3 blockchains?
They're different. I tried to do something different with each one. Like some have like different backgrounds or something, because I know like each platform is like, oh, you can't use it if it's like the same picture. I'm like, I tried to do something different with each one. So some might have like a little gray in the back, some might have black, some might have white. I was like, all right, I'll like change a little background thing since they want to be so picky. But yeah, I just tried to put them on different platforms. I am on OpenSea. That's like a good majority where all my stuff is. But I want to eventually move from OpenSea to Foundation, and then Tez, and then I am on Exchange Art too. So those are the 3 platforms I'm on.
Okay, that was my question. Just want to make sure it wasn't the same thing, because I know that the platforms will come after you pretty heavily for that, and you definitely don't want to do that. So, all right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I know my things. These been in NFT for like 2 years. They're very picky. I'm just like, listen, if you don't want to accept me, I'll go to Tez and use the same photo. But they're just very picky, so I get it.
Yeah, you could look up the term copy minting. I would just advise you kind of look into that, and this way you can do a little research on some of the reasons behind that. Okay.
I will. Thank you for the advice, and nice seeing you again. I think I remember meeting you when I first came to the space. Same with like Lauren. But yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I definitely remember you as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you if you listed it, because I just checked it and I can see in the history some cancelled offers and it's not listed. So that was my question, because I really love it and I would like to know if I could afford it in the near future, or if I just look
What's
at
your
it and
what's your
admire
budget?
from.
What's your
Oh,
budget?
right now, right now I'm broke because I bought something recently, just like 2 Tezos. But I would, if it will be like 200, I'm pass. But if it will be like 20, I will take
How,
it.
how much is that at ETH? I'm still trying to figure out.
In if it's I guess it's not too much, but no, I'm not like pushing you to price it for my budget in no way. I would just like to know how are you going to price it, to just make some calculations, or
Me,
just.
I was gonna put it in the little higher range. It is a
Yeah,
self
of
portrait of
course.
myself, so it's like
No, no, no.
really, really
Of
stressful.
course, I really think it's a really cool piece, and just I was just asking us out of curiosity. I
No, you're fine. I do have more affordable pieces. They're not on Tez, but they're on ETH. If you go on my link tree, I have like editions for like 0.06. I have my Juneteenth, which is like $800. I just have so many pieces. I have my piece that will actually be in a billboard in NFT NYC. I think that one's like 3 ETH. It's my flowers picture. I literally have so much stuff. If you go on my link tree, you'll see like it'll be like links on links on links on links. And you're like, dang, like so much different stuff. I have my what's my other one that I have? Tybee Island, Life at Sea. Everyone loves those pictures. Those are like edition pieces. I also have Juneteenth. I have my 3 weeks at NYC series, just a lot of different stuff when I was back home in New York. A lot of different things. So definitely just check it out, see what you like, see what you don't like. Um, and I'll always DM me. Like I try to be on spaces in here and I'll answer any questions you might have. And some come with like unlockable poems or canvas or different things in each one.
Amazing. Listen, are you going to mint more on object? Next questions.
Um,
Will there be any additions on object?
I'm trying to figure out objects. If you want to give me a space tutorial on how to use object, because I'm still not really sure how to even mint on object. Like I was just like, how do I mint? Like I put my piece up there, but I don't really know how to like price it and whatnot. Lauren, you should definitely have how to mint on Tez space. That would be really cool to kind of, for newbies like myself.
Will do.
Lauren has the articles. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Lauren.
so on
Yeah.
my website, nftartwithlauren.com, I have articles of how to create a collection, how to mint, how to list your piece, all that stuff. And I'm working on building up like a whole start to finish, step by step tutorial. So if you go to nftartwithlauren.com and then look under Tezos tutorials as a category, you will find a couple articles about it. All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and I can't wait to see what you add next. So I think we had Vulcan Studios was up next. Welcome.
Hello, Lauren. Good evening. How are you doing? Hello, Irina. Static. Hello, Lex. How are you doing?
We
Yeah.
we're doing good. How about you?
Yeah. I'm doing great. Doing great. It's a little bit in the evening for me, but I saw the space and yeah, I just had to come in and I saw that you were talking about like test event and open editions. No. I just kind of like minted my open edition today, and I would like to share that. Um, yeah, it's from my camera collection in objects, and but this one is open edition, The Last of Us, and is like a spin-off of one of the pieces that I did. So recently, last week, I did kind of like mint one of one, which I called like a picture lost in time, and it was collected by Tezos Foundation. So I decided I started to kind of like create the like because I created like three pieces and I wanted to kind of like continue with that. So this concept of this piece is just kind of like to give this vintage feel of like a picture lost in time decades ago, like when you kind of like trying to find something and then it's deep down in the basement and it's a picture of your friends that you do not kind of like connect to anymore. So this one is lost in time and it's an open edition at two Tezos, and I just wanted to share that. And then I do kind of like have another edition there. It's called Lost Memory, and it's based on that same concept. So I wanted to share that. So thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Irina.
Oh, awesome.
And
I love the old sets. What's cool about this piece, both of these pieces collection, is it definitely it has the feeling of pictures I've seen of my grandmother took in the 1920s or 30s, like really, really old pictures. But because it's AI, it's so much, more detailed and crisp. So it's this weird combination of having this really vintage feel in terms of the way their makeup and hair and clothes are, but the camera looks more modern, though the camera in air quotes because I know it's AI. So it's really cool how you were able to create that effect. It's just kind of truly lost in time because if you didn't know this was AI, you wouldn't be able to figure out what era or century it was from, which is really cool and I like it a lot.
Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it. It's great hearing it from you. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have anything to add, Irina?
I just wanted to comment the same, that I really love this effect of the old photo, and really I see Vulcan in this space for quite a while, and I really enjoy to watch how you progress, and every new artwork is cooler than the previous one. Just really, really kudos to you for growing and exploring the new possibilities.
Thank you, Irina.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and definitely share it in the bubble because I want your open edition, and I will forget. So put it in the bubble so I can collect when I'm done with the space. So I don't crash the room for everybody. So next up, we have Boxio. Hello, Boxio. Welcome.
Hey everyone, how are you? I thought I'd join you whilst I make myself some dinner. I hope you're all doing well.
We are. I gotta make myself lunch. I skipped that part of the day.
Yeah, it always makes me laugh, the time difference between us all. But yeah, thank you for having the space. So I actually minted for literally all of the events that you mentioned, but I won't try to share all of them with you. I don't want to take too much time. But I actually wanted to share my mint for the My One and Only event. So I'll pin it up, and it's a 1 of 1. Just because probably that one is the one that needs the most explanation out of the all mints. But so it's a self-portrait kind of done in a diptych way. So you have the flower and you have me out down on the bottom, of course. And I minted it for the second week, which is the Love Thyself theme, I suppose. And I wanted to kind of play on the kind of like self-love, self-hate kind of thing. And this is kind of meant to be like a transformation piece of like, which way am I gonna go? Am I gonna love myself? Am I gonna kind of try to change into something else? That's why I have a flower on my head. But yeah, I just want to share this piece because it's one of my favorites that I've done so far, and it's yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I do have one for Tezquake as well, but it's actually sold out on primary, but all the secondaries go to the wallet as well. So if anyone wants to support that, I won't pin it up, but just to mention it because it's for a good cause, and it's a lovely picture of a cat, very fitting for Turkey and Syria, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Awesome. That's fun. I love the diptych style. Like I've never thought to do it, but it's a cool style. And I love it. Just like you're turning into a plant.
I know. I'm actually thinking to make that collection and have me turning into lots of different things just because I really like this idea. And I've been kind of obsessed with diptychs recently. And yeah, just wanted to share that. So thank you for giving me this space. I hope you're all well.
No worries. And actually, we had 2 speakers up, but it looks like they've got rugged. So if you want to go ahead and share your Tezquake aid piece while we're waiting for them to get back, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Let me just try to find it down in my tweets. But essentially, like I said, it's a picture of a cat, and it's actually one that I've been waiting to mint for a while. But I didn't really have like a space for it. And then when this kind of fundraiser happened, I was like, oh, okay, this is probably very fitting for the fundraiser. So I only made it 30 editions because I thought if I make the editions lower, I'll be more kind of, people will be more excited to collect it as well. And I just pinned it up. Hopefully it'll turn up shortly. But it was actually shot in France when I was cat sitting. in Grenoble, and it's not my kitty cat and it's not my shelf, but it's a wonderful background. And yeah, it was shot on film as well, so it's a 35 milliliter shot, not milliliter, millimeter. And yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I really like how on the right you have the like side view of the kitty as well, so it's kind of you see it from 3 different sides. But yeah, so also one of my favorites. I've been waiting to mint it, and this seemed like a really good idea. And yeah, all the primary cells went to the wallet, and the secondaries are fully going there as well. So yeah, thank you again.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I do love that's what I was going to comment on. I love that my eye is immediately focused on the cat and making eye contact with him. And then I noticed the back reflection. And then finally I noticed off to the right that reflection of his face in the side mirror. And it's cool that there's just like 3 different angles on him, and he's good use of mirrors.
Yeah, I really like this kind of piece of furniture that they had at the house, and yeah, I took some more pictures with it. But yeah, I really like the kind of the different angles of the kitty cat. And she was a good model.
Yeah, and you're right. Perfect for Turkey and Syria to have just a cat being there. It's great work. Awesome. Thank you so much. Irina, do you have anything to add?
I was really curious, how did you come up with the idea for diptychs, and what do you plan to add more? How you plan to grow this collection?
That's a good question. I don't know how. One time I was the plant I have on top of me is called anthurium. I think that's how you pronounce it in English. And I was actually dying because I killed it, but the flower was still alive. So I was trying to like do something with the flower because it was a beautiful kind of black flower essentially. And then I was like, oh. And then I was doing actually another piece for a transformation thing and kind of like a parallel worlds and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, that'll be cool because I really like plants. So turning into one will be really nice. So I kind of I played with this idea of kind of turning into a flower, possibly being a flower in another multiverse or world. And in terms of growing it further, so I want to do like different stuff instead. The next one I'm gonna do, I think, is gonna be me with my back turned and probably having like some sort of tree growing out of my head or something like a bush that's going straight up. So it's kind of gonna be more, I guess, up like the flower, but in a different way. If that makes any sense, I never know how I explain my pictures without having it done makes any sense. But it's kind of playing on transformations. And I do really like nature. And I love flowers and things like that. It's just I don't have a good macro lens to actually shoot them. So I have to kind of make do with what I have. And this is kind of how I make do with what I have.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Thank you so much for explanation. Very interested. We'll be waiting to see more, and was glad to hear from you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing, Voxio. Nice chatting with you again. So next we have Artsy Marianne. Marianne, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. Long time, no talk.
I know. I went on vacation and ditched Twitter for like a week and a half, and it was excellent. So I'm back.
Good
though.
for you. I'm jealous. That sounds awesome.
It was needed. It was needed.
Yeah. I've actually never been to Key West. I would love to go there sometime.
Definitely do it. The Middle Keys are actually like Key West is fun for like a day. It's the Middle Keys. It's like crystal blue water, and there's snorkeling, and we saw wild dolphins and wild manatees. Like you're to like marathon that area, and it's great. Key West is fun for like a night, but stay in the Middle Keys if you ever go.
Good to know. Will do. Okay. So I will share my Tezquake aid pieces. I did 3. There they are. Yep. So 2 lulip. I need to just drop back down and start over. Tulips. I swear I haven't been drinking. It's like 1:00 here. Yeah. So the tulips, in case people are wondering why they're related to Turkey. They're actually the national flower of Turkey, which I did not know until this happened. And the word tulip is actually from an old Turkish word for turban, because the tulips kind of resemble, the shape of the tulip resembles a turban. So that's kind of cool. And then the rainbow, I minted months ago, but just relisted it with it going to the Tez Quake Aid wallet. And if it's okay, I would love to share. It's not my one and only event. It's my new collection, my open edition.
Oh yeah,
which
go
I
for
know.
it.
Let me see.
Yeah, I saw that tweet of yours and I was like, oh, I love that rainbow. And I went to collect it and I already owned it. So
You already had it. Yep. Well, thank you. So I know several of you have already heard about this collection, my open edition. I've got a new AI collection of florals, and this is the first one. I released it yesterday morning, and it's available for a week. So I'm just trying to get it out there as much as possible. And that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I actually collected this one too. I love the radiance of the petals. Like you can see, it's almost like reminds you of like a celestial universe glow in the actual flower, which I love how you combine the layers of, floral photography. I mean, I know it's AI, but like floral piece with almost like a aurora borealis, galaxy, stardust kind of feel.
Yeah, I was just super happy. I'm just so excited about this style. I kind of, it was a much trial and error, and I'm super happy with it. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like what I would like to achieve if there were such a flower in nature. I would like to take photos like this. So yeah, trying to kind of keep the same style.
Very, very cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and thanks for coming up today. Awesome. Do you have anything to add, Irina?
I just wanted to suggest, Marianne, first of all, hi, Marianne, it's lovely to hear from you. And could you please also pin your thread with all the entries for Tezquake? I remember it was quite a big one. Maybe it will be good to retweet it or to share it once again.
Yeah, I'll dig that up. Will do. I'll put it in the. Do you want me to put it up top or?
You can put it on top and in the bubble as well. Maybe it will be more helpful.
Okay, will do.
And so I have an order here that we are going in, but I just want to make a brief announcement that I know some people live in places where internet is spotty, and I've had a couple people come up and then drop, presumably because they lost Wi-Fi or VPN. So if you do live somewhere where, you get Wi-Fi for a minute and then it might not last, please do raise your hand and I'll let you skip the line. I just want to put that out there because I've seen a couple of people struggling so far today. So just FYI, I'm keeping a list, but if you don't have stable internet, just raise your hand and I'll let you cut the line. But anyway, thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Irina. And so if you pop that in the bubble, that would be great. And next we are going to Akora. Akora, how are you?
Hello, Lauren. Love your spaces. Actually, I think I can wait because I know Sahar from Iran, so I just can wait.
Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you. Sahar, are you ready to go ahead while your VPN is on your side? She might be having issues. So Sahar, whenever you're ready, you can raise your hand and we'll let you go as soon as you're available to, if you can hear us. But it sounds like she's already having a bit of an issue. So Akura, if you don't mind going ahead, and then hopefully she'll get the ability to speak back soon.
Okay. Today I want to show you my collaboration with artist. Her name is Connie Katz. He just painting a cutie cats, and mostly she has a lot of cats and collection on OpenSea. So we just inspired from Amsterdam, and I created that piece. The city in vector with Illustrator. And after I just sent to her that image, and she did that beautiful cat, and we called it him Ginger. So the ginger cat walks lazily around Amsterdam. Maybe he's going on a date with a bouquet of tulips, or he just enjoying a walk around the town. So your ideas, you can write in a comment too. So I'm really glad that I did that collab, because I just had an idea to have like collab with her, but I didn't have some art for like to fit with her art. So yeah, actually I created that piece, Amsterdam City, but for me it was look so empty, and I just messaged her and she said yes, and I was excited about that collab. uh, what else? I just wanted to show the second piece that calls Circle of Life, and I it was like that I art. It's a bit conceptual because I created that for Full Spiral contest. Maybe you heard about it, and that artist like put his spiral, and it's like CCO, and we can like use it for creating art. And when I created that art, the idea was about to create a picture that associated with the clock, which showed the significance of our time, and that's it's really important for our life, for us, and our present time too. And we have to live now, here and now. And I just wanted to show like between the past and the future. And yeah, like um how I said before, it's really important to live our life just now. So I just minted about 4 editions, but one will be with me, and three I just want to sell. And actually, the price will increase. So, first person who will buy just can buy for 5 Tezos. Actually, after I list it on 8 Tezos, and so on. So yeah, this is my two arts that I wanted to show you, girls. Thank you for the space.
Ah, thank you. I love the little ginger cat. He's so cute. But I also like the circle of life. I like how it's like a magic eye is watching you, and it's spinning, and it's things are going by fast, and you're dizzy and don't even realize things are going by. I think you just captured how as I approach 35 next month, I feel like, wait, what's happening? Where are we going? So I like how you capture that with this cool animation.
Thank you, Lauren.
Awesome. Irina, do you have any comment?
I wanted to just say that that PT is super cute, and I saw it earlier today, and I love how the tulips is on his wrist. It's really great detail, like how to embed the symbol of Amsterdam in the picture. Love it.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then I think so. Next we had Sarai. I don't. Can you hear us yet? Are you available to speak?
Hello, everybody.
Hello! Yay! It's working.
I heard your voice, but as I didn't think that you called me too early, I just ran to my room, but I couldn't take that time.
Understand. Sorry about that. We were trying to be nice to let you skip, and instead we made you scramble. But
thanks. Okay, and now if you let me, I introduce myself. I'm Sahar. I'm from Iran, a logo designer and illustrator. I always create everything that has influence on me and my mind by using Illustrator software, and I mint my works on Object platform. And I want to say that in the case of some of pieces on my profile, I have a collaboration with one of my colleagues. His name is And now I want to pin here some of my works and talk about them.
Yeah, awesome. Go for it.
Thanks. And the first tweet that I pinned here, its name is Helena. It's a collaboration between me and Cover, and the description behind it is that no, just first create who comes to save women and girls from tyranny of the world against them. And the next tweet that I pinned here, its name is Infinite Love. You know, it's my own work. I created it by using Illustrator software. And the description behind it is that there is no love in the world higher than the love of a mother for her child. The world is full of vice and chaos, but the thought of holding a child for a moment and seeing his eyes and hearing his laughter makes life possible for a mother. And the last tweet that I pinned here, it's my last work, it's my newest work on objects. It's my first audition. Its name is Dream. And the description behind it is that follow your dreams even if they are small, because these small dreams become big and the basis for reaching the main goal. It's only one Tezos. If you desire, you can have it for yourself. Thanks everybody for listening to me, and if any question or feedback, I'm here to answer.
Awesome. Thank you. I love Infinite Love. I feel like I collected another piece of yours in the same style recently because I was just very intrigued. So it looks like lots and lots and lots of little dots. And I'm just curious, you said you're creating that in Illustrator? Is that a brush? Is that, do you do it one dot at a time? How do you make that effect?
Thanks, dear, for your nice words. Yeah, I created by using Illustrator software. Yes, there I have some smart tools and I create by those smart tools. Maybe sometimes it takes 1 day, maybe 2 days. It depends on the details that are in the piece.
Yeah, they're just so detailed. When the space is over, I want to collect this one too because I just love it. I mean, I connect with it as a mother with two little kids myself, but I just love the dots and how intricate. It's like you can tell that you put a lot of time into the details, and there's a lot of depth and shading, and it's there. I love the style of yours.
Thank you so much.
Irina, any comments?
No, I basically have the same question about the dots. So I've heard the answer. Thank you so much. Great piece.
Thanks, dear. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy we were able to find a positive hole in your internet. I'm glad you were able to connect with us today. All right. So next we have Sanam. Welcome, Sanam. How are you today?
Hello, everyone. Hi, Lauren. Dear Lauren, it's the first time I participate in your space. I'm so happy to be here and speak with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. And it's nice to meet you. I just gave you a follow too. So I'm glad you were able to make it today.
Thank you. I want to introduce myself and my arts here. I'm Sanam, digital artist from Iran. I use Photoshop. I sketch some of my arts, and its style is blacklight art. Sometimes I do photo montage. Its style is Persian art. I've got a AI collection also. My arts are in Object and OpenSea platform. I create one-of-one arts more, but I also have edition art. My arts are conceptual and each one has a story behind it. Let me first pin my works, then talk about them. I want to share two of my arts from object. Wait. You can see?
Yes, I can see the first one with the sunglasses.
Okay. My first art is new style. My new drop on object. Three editions and three Tezos each one. This art is gift and it's about a woman that likes take a selfie. And another my art is Nikki. Nikki is new my art on object. It's one edition and 15 Tezos. It has a story, in my opinion, in our life. There are people who are like poisonous mushrooms. And they look beautiful and attractive, but if we get close to them, they hurt us. And that's it. Two of my arts are black light art, and I hope you like them. Thanks for having me, and thanks to all listeners to me. I hear your opinion, but if you have question, please send me DM because my English not good and I can't answer you. Thank you so much.
I understand. I personally, your English is a hell of a lot better than my 8 years of French. So kudos to you on that. I'm always impressed when anyone can speak a second language at all. But I do love it. I love the bold colors. I like the almost like 90s vibes, the neon. And I'll definitely send you DM because I am curious about how you get it so just so bright and so bold. It's pretty impressive. Do you have any comments, Irina?
I love this neon style, as you probably know, and really vibrant and a really interesting color combination here. And I think that probably, as she said, she cannot. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's really not very, not very friendly surrounding for hosting a space. But yeah, I think that. Sorry, my phone is so bad. Really awkward.
That's Irina's youngest daughter, who, when I spent time with Irina in September, I went to visit her. I went to visit family in Portugal and we hung out. And I love her youngest daughter so much. She has so much energy and so much sass. She's definitely got like Irina's like fighter spirit in such a tiny little body, and she's hilarious and great. So I'm laughing my butt off because I can just feel her energy across the ocean.
And she's just very vivid and very talkative. Yeah. So who we just have next?
She is. Sahar, you have your hand up?
Yeah, if you let me, I wanna tell Sanam that what did you tell about her art?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. سلام جان، از کارت خیلی خوششون اومد، مخصوصا از اینکه رنگای خیلی شدید توش استفاده میکنی و از سبک نئونی که توش کار کردی خیلی خوششون اومده. موچ موچ سلام.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for translating for us. That was very helpful.
You're welcome. If you let me, I share one of my friends that has so much big connection. If you let me, I pin her work too.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we do that for you, and then we'll go to Tiny Whale. But yeah, definitely, because I know people have issues with connecting online, so it's great to share each other's work and share friends' work. So go on ahead.
Okay, I paint here my friend Artna's works. She's a digital artist and also a physical artist. Here I paint her digital art, and its name is Memories. The description is that just a sign in nature can remind us good memories, a wind, a light, good weather, a sound. It's of 5 edition and 3.5 Tezos and an object. Thanks a lot for listening to me and letting me to share it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think I'm already following Artnaz. I am, but I do like this piece. It's really cool. I like the just different layers of the moon and the shadows. It's very interesting, but thank you for sharing. All right. So now we are going to go to Tiny Whale. Welcome, Tiny Whale. I don't think I've met you before.
Yeah, hello, Lauren. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you're spacing from. This is actually the first time I am being present on your space, but I think we follow each other on Twitter. But yeah, thank you so much for having me in here.
Yeah, welcome. Wait, I do follow you on Twitter. So are you on Tezos? Do you have some new Tezos pieces listed?
Yes, I do. I have pieces on Tezos, and when I got into Tezos, I kind of like found a home there, and so I've basically been dwelling on the Tezos blockchain. So just very quickly, I am Tiny Whale. That's not my real name though, but I use the name Tiny Whale on Twitter. I'm a photographer from Nigeria, and I've been a while for quite a few months. I think 4 or 5 months now, and been making remarkable progress. I basically take pictures of nature, and more specifically, I've been taking pictures of flowers. So as much people as have met me from my early days in the space, they know me with my flowers. And so I pinned it up there. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah, we can see
I've
it.
okay. So those when you go through that, you get to see different flowers that I took the photographs of from my smartphone, and then did a little bit of edits with Adobe Lightroom. And then the inspiration behind my collection, when you check the title of it on object, it's called Beauty Around Us. And I always say that my biggest motivation for wanting to go with this, it was because of the fact that um, I got to realize, as humans, we are all worked up with, activities, work, trying to get things in order. And we get so uptight with a lot of things around us, so much that we tend to overlook some of these tiny things around us, as little as the flowers. And I want to use my photography of these flowers to probably tell stories, or to write inspirational descriptions, that would help people out there. And so I've basically been doing that, and many more in the space. And because I saw that the space was called Tez Tunas. I don't know if it is the tuna I'm thinking about, but I had this collab with an artist on the Web3 space from Morocco. His name is Pika. We made the tiny tunas. um, so we launched 30 of them. They are one of ones. Nothing is going to be added to the collection, and the collection has been growing rapidly and progressively. So I just wanted to um, you know put put that out there. And yeah, thank you so much. I'm so sorry for taking long in my speech. Please forgive me. Thank you.
No problem. Well, it's great to get to know you. I'm looking at your Tiny Tunas now, and it's hilarious. So, based on your name being Tiny Whale, I get the feeling that you had the same idea as we did. So, the tuna's name came up. It is the tuna fish, and it was back in May. When we all started getting into Tezos, I actually bought a piece off an artist who sells for a lot on ETH for 1 Tezos. And I accidentally, back then, object was really slow. So I thought it didn't go through. So I clicked like 7 or 8 times. And instead of buying one, I bought almost all of the editions of this guy's work. And all of his ETH collectors were in the room. So I joked that they could have it for 200 Tez. And I listed it kind of as a joke at 200 Tez. And someone immediately bought it. So the artist was like, oh, his name's Sabode, but he was like, oh, ETH has whales, but Tez has tunas. You're a Tez tuna. So because, you're still a collector, you still got the vibes, but you're a lot smaller than a whale because you're on Tezos. So that's where Tez Tunas came from. And based on your name as Tiny Whale and your tuna PFP collection, I have a feeling that we have very similar senses of humor. So it's funny to see that. But yeah, thank you for sharing. And I love your flower photography too. It's really impressive that you get so much depth and detail with an iPhone. That's not easy to do. So I like that. Irina, do you have any comments? Or does your daughter have any comments?
She is falling asleep, so I will pass up on this. Don't want to wake her up, sorry.
No worries. I get it. Mine is asleep on the floor on a blanket, so I understand. But yeah, thank you so much, Tiny Will. Thank you for showing us your pieces, and thank you for sharing. Yeah, anything else to add?
No. I just wanted to thank you, and you were right on something you said in there, saying we probably have some similarities. I as soon as I came into the space and then found myself on Tezos, I've just discovered that being a whale became easier. I don't know if it makes sense, but I've actually bought more pieces than I've sold so far, but yeah, as soon as you just made mention of that, I kind of like vibe with it instantly. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, thank you so much for having me, and I'm going to make sure I tap in with the spaces as you hold them. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think that's a common problem of a lot of us on Tezos is that we buy more than we sell or buy as soon as we sell. I'm working very hard. My goal for this year is to actually cash some out and actually use it towards a new camera, but I'm not doing so well so far. But yeah, thank you. It's great meeting you, and hopefully we'll see you around in spaces in the future. So thank you. It looks like we have Casey up. Casey, hello. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I'm sorry my voice is a little weird still. I was sick this past week and my voice is still a little iffy, but feeling much better. I actually came up because I have a couple of things out on objects right now. I have my Rose Drops editions. I still have a couple pieces left of that. I minted 101 Hillabor, but I actually wanted to come up and share a collection that I have called Tulips for Turkey, which is going to help with the Tez Quake Aid. So let me share that to the top real fast so you guys can see it. But basically there's one edition piece and several one of ones, and the edition piece is at 2 Tez, and then the one-on-ones are 15 or 25 Tezos each, and 95% of that goes to Tez Quake Aid, and 10% on secondary sales goes to Tez Quake Aid. So really good cause, and I just, anything we can do to help. They're still, had another earthquake the other day, and I really feel for them. I've been in earthquakes myself, nothing that bad, but it's horrible what's happening over there, and anything we can do to help, I really feel like we should definitely do that. So, if you have anything, you can sell art, buy art. I think it's a great cause. So
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing. I do love, especially of these pieces, the tulips for turkey one, and the grid where it's the white flower with the pink edges and little delicate drops of water and the beautiful smooth bokeh behind it. That's gorgeous. I love that so much. Did you use a macro lens for that? How did you create that piece? Because you have so much detail within the depth of the flower, and then it's so beautifully blurred behind it. I'm just curious how you manage that.
I did, yeah. They're all taken with a macro lens. I I love my macro lens. I think my 100 millimeter macro probably stays on my camera most of the time. I live with it. It's my absolute favorite lens.
Awesome. Yeah, I planted a garden last year, and I'm hoping it grows back so I can play with tulips again myself, because it's so much fun. There's something so much fun about exploring something that you wouldn't normally get down there and look at. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing a piece for such a good cause.
You're welcome, and thank you for everyone, on all of the people. I don't know if there's anyone in here who's purchased a piece. I know I've sold a couple of them, but thank you for everyone who's already purchased a piece, because it's so helpful.
Awesome. So it looks like someone is requesting to speak. Oh, we have Celanine. I know she was up before and had to drop, but we have her back now. So Celanine, she dropped again. She seems to be struggling with her internet. So we'll give her a minute. We have no more speakers at the moment. So if anyone wants to request, feel free to request. We'll give Celanine a minute. While we are waiting to see if anyone comes up on that kind of idea, I do want to highlight, we're on macro and Turkey. Let me just find his stuff. Mehmet. So I don't know if you guys know Mehmet Karaka. I do. I've loved his stuff for a long time. It's great. He's done a lot of lately. He's posted a lot of images of what his city looks like right now. So I'm kind of posting those up. This is what's on the ground where he lives with his family. So if you are thinking of buying some work on Tezos to support people in Turkey, I know he personally could definitely use the funds because I think his house is gone. So I put up one of his pieces up there. He has a lot of great work on Tezos and on ETH if you want to check any of it out. And it's a nice way to support someone who is struggling really directly, because he is clearly having a very hard time, understandably. So if you want to collect something on Tezos from him directly, I'm sure he would appreciate that. So he's up there now, and he does awesome macro work with just like chameleons and butterflies, and it's ridiculously good. So if anyone has that, just All right. Does anyone want to add anything? Any last things to share? No. Oh, Tiny Whale, go ahead.
All right. Sorry, I'm back again. I just wanted to share this last piece. I'm a whale person, so I had this collab with a Nigerian artist. We just dropped it a few hours ago, so just check it out. It's actually going to be a series. We're trying to build a story. Well, we are going to build a story around this particular collection. So I just shared it up there. I don't know if you can see it. Just check it out. Even if you're not buying, just read the story and enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Oh, awesome. He's really cute. I like that whale. He's like smug. He's like, oh, hey, what's up? Awesome. Thank you. And it looks like, I don't mean to rush, but Selenine's back, and I want to give her a chance to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm very sure that when you read the story, you kind of like get a hang of it. But yeah, just check it out, guys. Thank you very much.
Will do. Thank you. I see we've got Celanine back. If we can have her go ahead before she gets rugged again, that'd be great.
Hello, and thank you. I've been rugging just majorly all of today. I have no clue why, but yeah, it is what it is. How are you guys?
We are good. The struggle with Twitter is never ending, so I'm glad we have you with us.
Thank you. Seriously, it feels like it's gotten worse these last few days. No clue why.
It definitely. I think they're like rolling out new features, and just whenever they add something new, it breaks something else, because that's the way computer code works. So I think we're in for a long haul of this.
Yeah, it would still be okay, I feel, if the features were being helpful, but I feel the features have actually been not helpful lately. Like, I hate that they've taken captions off spaces. It's ridiculous. And I don't see any benefit.
Yeah, so I actually heard not only that, but there's a class action lawsuit against them because in the US there's something called the Americans with Disabilities Act where things have to be accessible so people with hearing disabilities can use it as well. And when they took that away, they violated the Americans with Disabilities Act. So they are currently being sued for that. So hopefully that kicks their butt a little and they could bring those back. Because, I mean, people who have hard of hearing, people who speak English as a second language need captions. So that needs to come back.
Totally agree. I'm really happy about the lawsuit. I'm not gonna lie.
Indeed. So what have you posted lately? Because I know you were doing a lot of photographs of what's called, not rocks, that's not the word, like crystals and all that. And now you've kind of moved into AI work with that. What are you working on most lately?
Oh, not AI. So my first collection was mainly hand-drawn sacred geometry, like actually with just a compass and straight edge. This collection has been on Blender. It's not AI made, so it's a 3D software, Blender, if you know of it. It's not the easiest, and I am not very technologically capable, but I have been learning, and it's been worth it, honestly. Anyway, yeah, so my partner and I are actually doing this as a collab project together, and it's called Nonogram Studios, and we've started our first collection, which is called 99 Stoned. And we are basically working towards creating 99 different healing crystals that we're putting up on Object right now. I think we're up to 16 pieces right now. We put out around 3 new ones every week. And yeah, and basically we're trying to make it as community centric as possible. So at the end of every week, half the sales go into buying art from the community, which I find is awesome because there is such good work on Tez, and like it honestly never feels enough when I'm collecting at the end of the week. I'm just like, oh my god, why? Yeah, and we're also trying to we're going to be rolling it out soon. It's not ready just yet, but we want to basically highlight artists as much as we possibly can. So we're also in the process of building a gallery where we can have curations, where we can have exhibitions, where we can showcase basically the artists we have either collected from or artists we get in touch with and whose work we really resonate with. And we also want to do fun things for the collectors also. So we've currently started the NFT token of appreciation, where we give our biggest collector of the week an NFT from the ones we've collected. And we're soon going to have some fun voting rights and all, but I'm not going to get into details about that just yet. But yeah, that's about it from the collection.
Oh, awesome. I don't know if did you pin a piece up top? It's not popping up for me.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'll just do that.
So I didn't realize it was on Blender. So what exactly is the process? Like, are these stones that you have at home that you take a picture of? Are you creating the stones in Blender? How does that work?
We're creating the stones in Blender. So we basically start by taking these macro shots of crystals. We don't take the shots ourselves. We find that on the internet to use that for the texture and the shading of the stone in itself to make it as photorealistic as possible. And then the backgrounds are all created by hand, from scratch on Blender. No photography is involved at all besides what we find on the internet already. But yeah, that's about it. There are some stones though that we've created from scratch, like the transparent ones are really hard to really use a photo of. So those ones are procedurally made on Blender.
Wow, that's really impressive. It kind of blows my mind. I didn't realize how you were making these, and it's a lot of work and a lot of detail goes into them. They're really, really cool.
Thank you so much. It is not the easiest, but I'm really happy with it because they do look a lot like the crystals I have at home, and that's amazing for me. But yeah.
They do. They do. Like when I saw the first Blender piece, I immediately knew that it was you, even though it was a completely different style of art, because your hand-drawn sacred geometry is just so you can tell that both sets of work are tied together by the same person, which is very impressive considering how different the mediums are.
Thank you. That means a lot, genuinely.
Awesome. I'm glad. Irina, are you able to talk?
Oh, just a little bit, but hi. And I do remember your first collection, and I really agree with Lauren that they look connected. And wow, this photorealistic, like gemstone art is really impressive. And wishing you all the success with the drop. Really great. And yeah, just really love it.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I will move to Shahrazad because you have also been struggling today. You've been dropping and coming back up. So hopefully the internet is on your side right now if you are ready to pin up a piece, and welcome.
Hi everyone. How are you?
Doing great today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine.
Awesome. So I see you pinned up a piece that you only have one edition left of.
Yes. Sorry, first of all, I want to introduce myself. Before that, I should say sorry because I can't speak English well. I'm Shahrzad. I'm 24 years old from Iran. The project that I choose for NFT are photography. I'm interested in street photography and historical monuments and person areas. I have written my impression of the photo I took in the description of the photo. I usually try to have a special look and then take a photo. And you can understand this again from the description of my photos. The first photo I pinned is a street photo of the old neighborhoods of the city. That's why I decided to take this photo in black and white, and it is 1.5 Tezos and one edition left. The second photo I pinned is a street photo, and it is 2.5 Tezos and 9 edition left. And Justice, thank you for listening to me, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. I do love the bright orange glow of the palm tree. It looks like a sunset with the lights decorating the trunks. It's very cool. Very nice, different colors and layers to it, which is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you for hanging with us through the many rug issues you had.
Thank you. Thanks for your good space. Thank you.
Irina, do you have anything to add?
I would like to ask if it is the second photo, if it is edited or was the sky of this color, because I really do see some sunsets which are similar color here, and so yeah, what's about it? Oh, I cannot hear anyone. Was I rugged?
I think Sahar popped back up. Sahar, did you pop back up to help us translate a bit?
Yes, but the time that I was being a speaker, I couldn't hear anything. If you can, please repeat your question.
I was asking if the photo was edited or was it the real color of sunset of this shade.
اوکی شهرزاد جان، این عکس دومی که گذاشتی ادیت شده است یا کلا اورجیناله؟
سهر جان، من صدا اصلا برام قطع شد، بعد نشنیدم سوالشون. اینو لطف میکنی بهشون بگی برای اینکه یکم نورش رو پررنگ تر کردم، خیلی ادیت خاصی نداره.
Shahzad says that just a little manipulations on the light of the photo and not any other changes.
Thank you. That's really amazing.
Yeah, that's a absolutely stunning, gorgeous sunset that you captured. And thank you so much, Sahar, sorry, for translating for us. We really, really do appreciate that quite a lot.
You're so much welcome. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And next up, we have Liam. Liam, welcome. I just followed you. I haven't met you yet. Nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you, Lauren. Nice to meet you, Fam. Happy to be here. My name is Liam. I'm from the Republic Bashkortostan. I'm just learning English and I don't understand everything. Tell me here, can I tell you about my work?
Yes. So we are sharing pieces that are on Tezos. If you have that, you're welcome to pin it up and let us know a little bit about it.
One tweet, yes?
One or two. Either people have been doing one or two today.
1, 2, okay. Thank you very much. I'm glad to welcome all of you to this wonderful space. Thank you. I want to show you a new collection of zodiac signs. 1 second, please, Fam. That I finished today. Today 3 cells. Each made 12 copies. I also wanted to tell you about two photo collection that my wife Alona. 1 second, please, Fam. This autumn collection, Fire Phoenix and Winter Tale, Fleur to Tezos, are all made in one copy. This year there will be another spring and summer collection. I'm finished, fam. Thank you very much for attention, listening, host, co-host. Thank you very much. Good luck, fam. Much love. Second. I also wanted, так, не то, сейчас, секунду. I also composed a song in English and published it on Object. I can't sing it now for you. It is dedicated to the NFT community.
Sure. Yeah, we'd love to. I like that you're doing your. So if I understand, you're doing work in what's the word? AI, and then your wife is posting her photography, and then you've kind of shared both for us, and then you're also doing music as well.
GM, good morning, all positive people have got your hair. Good morning, I believe in you and people like me, GM, I wish you all a good day, GM, let all dreams come true, oh yeah, Good night. So many creatives I have not seen anywhere. Good night to everyone who is in space now, Jen. I wish you all a good night, Jen. let our dreams come true. Oh yeah. Da, 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 da. Thank you very much, fam. Thank you for listening. Thank you for attention.
Do you want gummies?
Good luck, fam. Yeah.
That was awesome. That's so good. I feel like the GM is just my life for the last year. I relate to that so strongly. Tiny Whale, go ahead.
No, that was a mistake. I put up my hand by mistake. But I know Liam, and I always enjoy the GM and GM song. You know, he's really, really amazing. Liam, that's a nice one. I'm so sorry. I put up my hand by mistake.
No worries. Yeah, I love that. That's great. It's fun. I've seen people do art of the GM. It's the first time I've heard a GM song, and that was great. Arena, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I really liked the AI collection and especially the fish lady. Very beautiful.
Thank you, fam. Thank you, Tini, Lauren, host. Good luck, fam. I will be back.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. And thank you very much for sharing that with us. All right. So it looks like we have gotten through all the speakers. If anyone wants to volunteer to share their piece, feel free to request in the next minute or so. Otherwise, I will wrap up for today. Sahar?
I'm so sorry. If you let me, I wanna talk about one piece that some days ago there was a I submitted my piece on NFT Paris for Maker's Place. It was one of the winners of that exhibition, and it started from today. And I wanna, if you let me pin it here, and if you can, my friends, anyone who has an account on Maker's Place, if you can go there and have some engagement on my work, you can make me so much glad by doing this.
Absolutely. And congratulations on being curated. Is that for the NFT Paris exhibit?
Yes. Thanks a lot. It's my AI piece. And thank you for letting me to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is now. Let me see. Oh, wow. Very cool. It's called I Am Enough, and she's very intense, which is really cool. Do you want to explain it a little bit?
This exhibition is about the power of women in the world. And yes, I don't have the description totally here, but briefly I can say that it's about women, the power of women, that a woman can be a wife, a woman can be a wife, a mother, even a doctor, and without being a woman, no man or other thing can be existed on the world,
That is very true. Awesome. All right. I will definitely share that. And again, congratulations on being curated for that Maker's Place Paris exhibit. I know there were a lot of people in that. So congratulations. And it looks
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And it looks like we have Highly Melanated has popped up. Hello and welcome.
Hello, Lauren. How are you?
I am doing well. I now have my 4-year-old. He's gotten bored of his iPad and he keeps yelling at me. But other than that, I'm doing good.
That's nice. Thank you for receiving me.
So do you have a Tezos work you'd like to share with us today?
Yes, I do actually, yes. Yes, I've been on the space for a bit more than 1 year now. And yes, I've done a lot of works, and recently I've had a new collection on Tezos. It's a minimalistic architectural work. So maybe I can pin something.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. So I started photography 9 years ago now, and yes, I've always been really attracted to buildings. I know that for a lot of people, they are really cold and stoic and seem a bit, lifeless. But yeah, I see a lot of colors, a lot of movement. I've always been really fascinated by all the, symmetry and minimalistic points of view. So I'm really having a lot of fun capturing those buildings all over the world, and that's what I wanted to show in this collection. Yeah, I think the minimalism is quite interesting and have different angles. Um, so yes, it's actually quite fun to travel and explore cities all over. I think everyone can do it is on in its own city. I think it's just, you just have to look and try different angles and have fun with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've seen your work before and I do enjoy it a lot. I love how symmetrical it is. And my question is, I noticed in a lot of your work you include a plane kind of going overhead. Are those planes, do you sit there and wait for them? Do you add them in as a composite to the image in Photoshop later? How do you get those in there?
Yes, the two that are there. Actually, the plane was there. I was lucky. Just one of them, I just centered it to add a bit to the symmetry. But no, it was just lucky shots. I guess I was there at the right time.
Wow, that's pretty amazing because it's just so symmetrical. And so it really adds to the interest of the piece to have that plane there. Especially I like the top middle where it looks like the plane is almost flying into this like hole of light in the building, which is pretty cool.
Thank you, Lauren. Yes, the disappearing edges is quite interesting indeed. This one was taken in Paris.
Awesome. Irina, do you have anything to add?
Oh, I love this. I don't think I saw your pieces lately, but really love how the shapes are very varying from picture to picture, and in this grid there is really amazing collection of textures and rhythm, and just really work well together.
Thank you so much. So if you like it, don't hesitate to check the collection. There are much more in there. And yes, I guess just have fun with it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And we also have the fire up here. How are you today?
Hey, I had to hurry up and jump in. I've got a break in between meetings, and I was like, I have got to say hi to Lauren, because first and foremost, I appreciate the support you've been giving me and stuff in Tezos land, and I just wanted to say hi because I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to say hi to Lauren. Anyway, so
what do you need?
I don't really have much to present, but I'm one of those giddy types that works in IT and gets really excited around people and then awkward all at the same time. So, anyway, so I just wanted to say hi to everybody and hope everyone's having a good day. I'm in the beautiful state of Ohio. Some people might find that very sarcastic because it's really cold and rainy here. So, with that being said, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day and evening, and even afternoon if you're in between those hours. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to say was hi, Lauren. Yeah.
Hello, hello. I know. Every time you've been adding pieces to the Tezos Tunas showcase thing I've been doing, and it's very dangerous because I feel like every time you participate, I end up collecting because I love your, I love your style so much.
You make me feel so amazing because, again, being semi introvert, semi extrovert, it it gets kind of weird. Like I said, I work in IT, so I tend to sit in cold storage rooms and kind of isolated. So being around people can be very, very weird, but very, very cool at the same time. And like I said, it just seeing, seeing your posts and things, it just like it brightens my day. So to everybody, that's on the panel as well as in the listeners, I love you all. You guys are great. I love seeing all the artwork, but I also love seeing the personalities behind everything. So please continue to do that because to me, this shows the humanism behind all the art, all the pieces that are out there. So just please continue to do that because people like me really, really enjoy that. And it's just life building. So that's all I had. And yeah, anyway, I'll let my goofy self go back into mute.
Will do. Yeah, I think that's what's magical about Tezos in general is the community and everyone just here for each other in the art and watching each other grow. And I'm really glad you came up to talk today. It's really great to hear your voice and get to meet you in audio. I guess that's the word.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like it's virtual, but it still feels kind of real if you think about it. I think I follow several people in the group, the listeners, and even in the speakers panel, and even just to hear their voice, it just adds that again. It adds more humanism to the conversation, but also to the why they do what they do, why they create what they create. So these spaces are our bridge and gateway to talking and meeting other people. And I'm so happy to hear like Sahar. I think Sahar and I have been following each other for a while. Gosh, Tiny Whale, I've recently followed you and started listening to like some of the other spaces that we're in. There's so many of us that are in similar spaces, and listening to their stories is just phenomenal. So I'm just grateful I had enough time to jump in on your space, Lauren, because I was like, I just gotta say hi. And let you know that I'm real. I'm real. My avatar, my little profile picture. Thanks to Elon for causing all the drama. But every time I change my lovely profile picture, it says you don't deserve this check mark anymore because we don't think you're real. But my money seems to think I'm real. So, with that being said, I'm just happy to at least come in and jump in and say hi before I jump on a meeting here in IT land. Go figure.
Yep, my baby just woke up from her nap. I understand the spaces in between quote unquote real life. I know we have a friend, Joanne, who hates when people say real life. She's like, this is your real life. We do know each other. We are friends. So I'll say Twitter life, but I definitely feel that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you for the time. Again, I do have a pin tweet, but in your time, guys, go ahead, check out my profile, follow me. I will follow back. I'm a chronic follow backer. So just, I love supporting everybody. And even though you may not hear from me or see me, I am watching. That's what I do. I work in cybersecurity. I watch everything. So get paid the big bucks to watch everything. But yeah, just so you guys understand, like, I really do see a lot of the artwork. I think it's phenomenal. It's amazing. And congratulations to those that are hitting some of these public spaces, being curated and things like that. So keep up the good work, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I just pinned your pinned tweet to the top so people can find it and follow it and check out your work because it really is cool. Like I said, I keep collecting your work. It's a problem.
This is my little kitty voice of thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so very much for popping in. Looks like we've got two more speakers up now. We have Batua and then Fizz Unusual. So Batua, welcome. How are you today?
Hey Lauren, hey Brainless, hey everybody. How you doing, Lauren?
I am doing well. I currently have the 18-month-old has woken up and is now glued to me, but
Hi.
Oh, I'm so sad the baby is now woken up and is now glued to me, but I am doing well. Enjoying the cuddles.
Yeah, I understand. It's actually my first time in your space.
Well, welcome. Do you have some TED's work to share with us today?
Yeah, I do have some new editions. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bitwer, and I'm from Nigeria. I'm an AI artist, and also, uh, bit of a poetry and a writer. I just write poetry alongside my art. But I'll just share my new editions, which is Mushroom Brain. Yeah, Colorful Mushroom Brain. I actually like surrealism because I think I'm weird, but when I try to create something that's, it's just unique with AI, then I run it through other applications for post edit and everything. So yeah, I just have some few editions up on Tezos. And you can read the poetry, or if you want me to read it, I'll be honored to read it. Yeah, just some little poetry alongside the pieces. And yeah,
Yeah,
thank you very much.
we would love to hear you read the poem that goes with this piece.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to open my mic. Okay, I'll be reading the poem for the beautiful, colorful mushroom brain. Okay, it goes like this. In a garden of grain and gold, there lived a little girl so bold, with a mind as bright as a rainbow, and a mushroom brain that loved to glow. Our thoughts were like spores in the air, floating and dancing like a care, with colors so vivid and bright. Our imaginations took flight. She saw the world in a different way, with a magic and a wonder every day. And though some may have thought her strange, she knew her mushroom brain was not a change. For in her world of vibrant holes, she found joy in the being true. And though her brain may be different, it's what made her uniquely brilliant. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. That adds so much to the piece, but I definitely feel the imagination and it's like I think a lot of people who are creative will, relate with that, of that feeling like you're different and people think you're a little weird, but really you just have a whole world of wonder going on inside your brain that other people just can't quite see. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was unmuted. Huh. Thank you so much. So we do have another speaker, but it looks like maybe they dropped, unless my phone is being weird. Irina, do you see another? Oh, there we are. Fatima. Hi, how are you? Can you hear me, Fatima?
Yes, I can hear. Hello, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I'm going to introduce myself briefly. I'm Fatima from Iran. I'm photographer and I joined the object newly, so I think you don't know me. And I'm going to show you my last drop.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Possible.
Yes, let's see what you've got.
Okay. Can you see this?
Not yet. It should pop up in a minute, though. It's been a little bit slow on my end because I think the nest is a little
I'm
too
so
full.
sorry because of my awful internet. I'm living in Iran and the internet is awful. Can you see this?
I can see it now. Yes, it's an image, a
Okay.
black and white image. So if you would like to explain it, go on ahead.
Okay, I'm going to give you some explanation about my work. The description of this photo is when you try not to drown in your darkness, depression, and loneliness, but you can't. And this photo indirectly refers to loneliness, depression, expectation, and something like this. And I think you can feel it.
Definitely can. I get like the lonely bed out of place by itself, no mattress, doesn't it just on the street? It definitely has that vibe.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And I just gave you
Thank you for having me here. I would be so happy if I answered your question, if you have any question.
Yeah, did you find the bed in the street? Did you drag it out there? How did you create this?
A quiet street out of the city, and I found it one night at fall.
Oh wow, interesting. Someone just kind of left it there hanging out.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And I followed you and shared your tweet, so hopefully we can be more connected now. Thank you so much for coming up.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
All right, so Rena, it looks like we've gone through all the speakers and we are coming up on the 2-hour mark, which is where I wanted to cut it anyway. So that sounds pretty perfect to me. So I will wrap up today. Next week, I'm going to go back to doing this on, Tuesdays because it's Tez Tuna Tuesdays. But this week it was school vacation week, so things were thrown off a little bit. So next week we'll resume again on Tuesday around noon Eastern time. Hopefully Arena will join us again. It's a lovely co-host. In the meantime, definitely make sure you're collecting or minting for Tez Quake Aid. The Valentines Day, my one and only, is still going on, so check out work for that. There's a lot of cool work if you search that hashtag. And next week we'll probably talk about a topic, and we'll do these art share spaces like once a month. And then the other 3 weeks will just be more talking Tezos topics to get to know each other a little better and our ideas about Tezos. So I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much for sharing your art. Thank you so much for coming up and listening. And I, as usual, collected too many pieces, so I need to go step away from my phone before I get divorced. But yeah, Arena, any final words?
I think that you pretty much summarized what was happening, but I was glad to hear from everyone. And Lauren, I just love your energy, and I don't know, you are so good. Just kudos to you for making this happen. And I think it's never enough, like sharing our art on Tezos and supporting each other. And just thank you so much for this space.
Well, thank you. And I know Sahara is missing now. She looks like she's dropped, but if she's listening still, I want to just thank her so much for her help with translation so that we could ask some questions to other Iranian artists and get some answers. And I really, really appreciate all of your help today. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
All right. So have a lovely Wednesday, and I will see you back on the next Tezos Tuesday when I actually am around on a Tuesday. So goodbye. Thank you, everyone, and have a great afternoon.